Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion, episode 471, and I'm looking at Duckstroma on the ZX Spectrum, continuing our theme week of independent games. So, yes, Duckstroma. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, great little game, very pretty, and on your ZX Spectrum, available now for free. So I will provide that all-important link in the description for you, and you can go and try it out yourself. It's also available on the MSX, which I'll be having a look at that version another time. Also, a prototype version that they're working on for the Nintendo Entertainment System, so go and grab that as well. All work on the actual hardware, and if you don't have the hardware, then obviously you can grab an emulator and you can have a play. So what are you waiting for? This review to be finished, I suppose. Yes, right. So let's have a look at it graphically. It's very pretty, isn't it? I love the little duck. Isn't he cute? Anyway, so basically you've got a task. You've been tasked to go and retrieve discs. Once you've retrieved those discs, that I believe is your quest ending. But yes, we'll get onto that in a minute. So I've already got one disc. We've got 4 lives, as you can see in the bottom left, and we've got the score in the middle, and also how many discs we have obtained on the bottom right. Now, it's a lovely game. So, shall we move on to the control system? Because this is an interesting one. Not interesting as in bad. It's actually pretty cool. So you've got your up and down, but down lays an egg, which explodes. I mean, why not? That's what happens, isn't it, with duck eggs? Anyway, yeah, so when the egg explodes, you stand in the blast and it pushes you up into the air. You do have a standard jump as well, by the way. So I like the way the controls have been sort of marked out. It's quite cool. So up doesn't really do anything. Down lays an egg. Fire button is your jump, so it's all pretty much mapped out nicely. And the controls are actually really tight as well. They're very responsive. So all in all, you've got the makings of a good game here. You can see the animation's very nice as well. And I like the fact that there's multiple colours on screen as well. I mean, look at the duck, he's awesome. And there's no colour clipping, which is even better, which I find to be more of the case of these modern games. They've found workarounds for how to stop the clipping issues that we had back in the day. So that's really, really nice. So quite happy with that. And it's just delightful. It's very, very nice. And the sound is great as well. You've got this really nice little bouncy soundtrack going through the game, and then you've got your sound effects on top of that, which is always a plus. But yeah, these indie games are absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. I mean, they can't all be good, can they? But the ones that I've decided to have a look at seem to have all been pretty good so far, and that's good because the developers for these are spending time to make games enjoyable. And you know what? Most of the retro games that you see revived here are, if they're not free, then they are cheap as chips. So, whatever, you can go out and spend a couple of quid on it, or a couple of dollars, whatever currency you're in. Yeah, so go and support them. This is the whole thing. They're giving us these fantastic games for so little, and free obviously being the one. But I do believe you set your own price for this one, so it's up to you. If you want to pass the developers over some money, that would be fantastic of you, because why not? Let's support people that are giving us these games through their own time. It's great. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, by the way, folks, and it's not too taxing, but you do have to judge your jumps and where you're going to lay your eggs and all that kind of thing. So, but look at it. I mean, you wouldn't even think this was a Spectrum game looking at it, really, would you? So that's quite a nice achievement. Look at the fire. Really, not that closely, but let's look at the fire. It's really, really nice graphically. It's got that nice sort of burning graphic on it. You can tell it's fire. I nearly burnt myself alive again. So there's another one of the discs that we need, which is really nice. So playability wise, it's really, really nice. If you're not, and if you like platform games, you're going to love this game. Let's just start again, shall we? And there are regular updates to this game. I don't think I'm running the current version actually, so when you go to the website you will have the current version, which I believe is 1.2, so have a look at that. But the gameplay should be essentially the same game with any bugs that are in this version smoothed out. But I haven't spotted any yet. But it's so damn playable. And that's what I love about people that understand what gaming's about. It's not about pretty graphics. It's not about how short a game is, you know, because sometimes you get these really pretty graphics and then the game itself is absolute pants. Well, this is neither. This is amazing. This is great. Look at it. It's just those bouncy rabbit things remind me of there's some creatures in Jet Set Willy that sort of bounce around like that. So I don't know whether that's any inspiration there. But everything's really nicely animated, the graphics are really clean and tidy, which is great. You've got a really good soundtrack as you go through the game. It bounces along quite happily in the background, doesn't interfere with the gameplay whatsoever. It doesn't grate on your nerves, or it didn't with mine anyway, because here we are playing it absolutely, and it's great. So your replay value is going to be good as well, because if you're going to come back to it, of course you're going to come back to it. Why wouldn't you come back to it? Even if you finish it, you probably want to come back and do it again. Because, you know, even games... Oh, that was weird. Anyway, even the best games, you play them, you complete them, and you go back and do it again. Why'd you do it? Because you enjoyed the game. Yes? Yes, exactly. Well done. Thanks for agreeing with me. But there we are. Oh yeah, you can bounce on the bad guys' heads as well, just so you know. So you have got a method of attack, and don't even think about dropping eggs to blow them up, because it doesn't work. So you've got to do a little bit of head jumping, a la like Mario and, you know, half the other platform heroes that we all know and love. But yeah, this is a great little game. I thoroughly recommend this to anybody. Age range, pretty much any, to be honest. It might be a bit taxing for a younger player, but, you know, give them a go. Let them see how far they can get with it. One player, but if you want to play past the controller, see if you can progress further than your friends can, do it that way. You can either do it when you lose a life, or you can do it like have a complete game each, but that's up to you. However you see fit to make this into a multiplayer game, you can do it. Oh yes. And you know how much of an advocate I am for multiplayer games, or making a single player game into a multiplayer game. It's not impossible, folks. So don't leave your friends sitting there watching you doing everything and having fun while they're just sit there bored. Get them involved. So there. Yeah, these levels are really nicely designed as well, I've got to say. The screens are great. It really is reminiscent of like Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy, where it's a screen-by-screen game. There's no scrolling going on or anything like that. It's really, really good. And the level of difficulty, it's pretty much spot on, really. I mean, there are probably bits and pieces where you might pull your hair out a little bit. But hey, if the game didn't challenge you, you'd complain it was too easy, right? I mean, look how simple Jet Set Willy looks, and look how hard that game actually is. In fact, you can't even finish it, if I remember rightly, unless there was a new version by Matt Smith where he actually patched the game and fixed that bug. But hey, we'll have to do we'll have to do like a showcase of bugged games. That could be interesting. But yes, the egg is actually solid until it flashes. So when it flashes, that's an indication it's about to explode. That's when you stand in it and boom, you get your big jump, right? So when the egg is solid, you can push it around the screen. So if you do put it in the wrong place, you can move it. I'm just gonna... There we go. So yeah, this is Duckstroma, and it's on the ZX Spectrum, and it's available now It was released in 2020, so it's a very, very recent release. Go and grab it, play it, and let me know in the comments what you think, because I can promise you that these games are so worth it. And if you had this back in the day, you'd have been absolutely blown away. So be blown away now. Put this on your Spectrum today. Go and download it. Like I said, link will be in the description. Anyway, thank you ever so much for tuning in, everybody, and your support is amazing. As always, hello to new subscribers, hello to my existing subscribers. You are all awesome. You are all retroholics, so we're bringing everyone together. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the review. I'll be back with another one very, very soon. I'm planning, hopefully, to do another couple at least this week, so keep an eye on the channel. It will be busy. And until then, my friends, I will speak to you again very, very soon. Remember to keep it retro, and I'll speak to you again in the next day or so. Bye for now!
Incoming transmission.